Well, it has been a minute. Let's see how she goes. Yay! Gave her a little bath. I mean, I haven't rode in like maybe 2 weeks. And we're gonna get into that. Vent to you guys a little bit, get some stuff off my chest. Look at that Advan black headlight, man. Yay. I rinsed her down, got the dust off her. Time to take her for a quick blast. Let's get into it. What's going on to Get This Nick gang? How are we feeling, guys? Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I know you guys have seen the title of this video. You're kind of concerned, you're confused, you're wondering what's going on, so I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna break it down for you guys. First things first, sorry, I've been MIA a bit. I've been having a lot of stuff, just life in general going on, weddings and out of town stuff. I'm actually going out of town this weekend too. I'll be going to Michigan for Labor Day weekend. So yeah, I've been kind of MIA, and then on top of that, I've kind of had something that has been weighing on my mind lately over the last like week and a half. And it's been on my mind. It rattled me a little bit. I'm gonna get into it for you guys, and I hope you could understand. I just want to give you guys a heads up before I get into this little speech or this rant. I know you're used to my videos. I'm coming on here and I'm screaming, woo, woo! But today is not one of those days. It is just simply me relaxing, cruising, and venting to the camera. So if you want to stick around and hear me, great. If that's not really your cup of tea or you're not in the mood for that, you can go ahead and click off the video. No hard feelings. But let's get right into it. So first things first, I've been MIA due to like a lot of life stuff, like I said. And by the way, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen some of that. Instagram is Get This Nick, where if you guys follow me on there, you can kind of see like my more personal side of my life and what I'm doing on a daily basis when I'm not on the Girl Juicy Lucy. And also, I had something happen with a good friend of mine. I'm obviously not going to disclose his name or anything like that for the privacy and sake of him, respect for him, but I got a buddy of mine, same age as me, grew up together, known each other for quite a bit, pretty good friends. And I actually rode with him, not on this bike, but on my V-Rod. And he had an Iron 883 and then also a stretched like Yamaha R6. And I rode with him when I had the V-Rod and he had the 883. So he picked up this R6. He was cruising it around, you know, basically all summer so far. And, you know, shit just kind of hit the fan. He, I don't know the story, the full story, so I'm not going to sit here and say what happened or how it went down. But the bottom line is, he got into a motorcycle accident. He was riding the R6, 16-year-old girl that has only had her license for about 2 weeks, hit him, or they collided somehow, and he got banged up pretty good. He had to have a tourniquet applied, I believe it was, and CPR on the scene. He was rushed to the hospital where they had to perform an emergency surgery for a brain bleed and some other things. But, you know, bottom line is he got banged up pretty bad. I don't know all the details. Some broken ribs, messed up limbs, all that. He's alive, so that's great, and I'm happy for that. but it doesn't change the fact that he got banged up pretty good. And what I'm going to get into with you guys is, you know, anyone that rides or has rode before or is even thinking about getting a motorcycle and has talked to people about it, you always get the same thing, right? You always get the typical, oh, you know, my brother's cousin's third uncle's niece, sister's second cousin's blah blah blah, you know, died in a motorcycle accident or lost his leg in a motorcycle accident. I mean, you hear that all the time. There's no shortage of those stories. And the first time anyone that doesn't ride sees someone on a motorcycle or hears about a motorcycle, they like love talking about that, which I don't really get. Like, we don't want to hear that. I mean, we understand the risk, right? We all know that if worse comes to worse, there could be some serious stuff that happens. And we don't need that reminder that in our head, you know. A lot of us try to just tuck that in the back of our mind. We're aware of it. We don't ignore it. We understand it. We accept it. But we don't need that constant reminder of like, hey, you could die. You could die. You could become paralyzed. You could lose a leg. Like, we don't need that. So don't, if you're one of those people or you ever have been one of those people, please, as much as you want to say that to somebody or like, you know, try to get someone to like realize, don't. I mean, the best thing you could really say to someone is, hey, be careful. I know you like it. Just be careful. You know, people don't watch. That's it. Something as simple as that is a lot better than some spiel on how your uncle's third cousin lost a limb and try to like basically get someone to sell their bike because you're trying to scare them. It's just stupid. Don't do it. But anyways, back to the story. So, you know, like I said, you hear people say the stories all the time, but it really doesn't hit too close to home until it happens to somebody, I guess, you know. See what I'm saying? So, like, this is a friend of mine. We actually rode together in the past, everything like that. So when I hear something like this, I'm like, man, this is kind of crazy. Like, that could have happened to me. You know what I mean? Which is always a thought. But it just, like, I guess what sucks about motorcycles, man, is, and it's not even about them, it just, you could do everything right, you know what I mean? I mean, you could do the full gear, you could be obeying speed limits, watching all your surroundings, paying attention, everything. But that doesn't matter when someone blows a red light, or blows a stop sign, or is drunk, or high, or on their phone, and they merge into you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only so much you could control personally when on a motorcycle as the rider. You're putting your trust in, look at all these cars. Boom, boom, boom. This guy turning in front of me. This guy getting ready to turn. I'm putting my trust into this guy right now that he's going to wait for me to get past him before he turns. That guy could have been down, you know, looking at his phone and said, I'm just going to turn in front. Now, all of a sudden, I got a Honda Civic that I'm getting ready to T-bone into and go flying over the car or go under it or whatever. It just always, it's a crazy thought that, you know, that's the reality of it. See what I'm saying? And it also doesn't help. Another thing I was thinking about, well, before I get into that, so when this happened with my buddy, you know, I had everyone kind of coming to me like, hey, dude, get rid of that bike, man. It's not worth it, dude. You see what we're talking about? This is our good friend, Nick. Look, he got banged up really bad and blah, blah, blah. And it really makes you think. You're like, they're not wrong, you know. It could happen to me. I'm not invincible out here. But it's like, I love riding. You guys know this is my thing. This is my hobby. This is like my... I mean, I don't do a lot of stuff. I work a lot. I'm not really into designer clothing. I don't have a, you know, fancy car. I take some vacations here and there with my girlfriend. But, you know, this is kind of my thing. Riding the motorcycle and working on it and doing things to it and making videos. This is kind of like my escape, my release. So, when I think of getting rid of this thing, it's kind of like, it just kind of reminds me of how I am in the wintertime when I can't ride the bike. I'm just sitting there like moping around like, damn, man, I don't got nothing I could do right now. Like, I'm just bored, hanging out. I can't blast around on the bike, can't make a video, whatever. So I guess this last week and a half, 2 weeks, I kind of just took some downtime to myself. You know, I wasn't riding. I was just kind of really pondering a lot of things, and I'd be lying if I didn't say, I'd be lying if I said, you know, I wasn't thinking about selling the bike, because there was a time recently in the last week where I was really like pondering it. Damn, I hate that bump. I always forget about it. There was a time in the last week where I was like really pondering it and debating it. Like, hey, maybe it is time to get rid of the bike, and you know, I'll get one maybe when I move out to, like, I'm thinking about moving out to Indiana in the future, where it's more rural and I'm not in the city. I'm thinking, hey, maybe get rid of it now, and then when I move out to Indiana, more rural area, away from the big city and all the cars and congestion, you know, then I'll get something. Then I'll get a bike. You know what I mean? So it was definitely on my mind, and I just took some time off to think, and I'm happy to be back on the bike, honestly. Like, I kind of needed this. I woke up today, I cut the grass, I washed the bike, and I was like, I got work in a little bit, but I told myself, I'm like, I just need to get on the bike and just kind of clear my head. And that's why I told you guys in the beginning, this is going to be a different style of video, something of just me venting. So if you're still sticking around and listening to me blabber my fat mouth all this long, I appreciate that. And I'm sure there's some of you guys that could relate, you know, that have lost people, family in motorcycle accidents, friends, or you know of a situation that happened or whatever. There's no shortage of the stories, like I said. And I'm sure, I mean, maybe some of you don't care. You could literally be riding with a group of people, they can get plowed by a truck or a car, you can watch them all die, and you're like, yeah, I'm still gonna ride tomorrow, I'm gonna hop on it. But I mean, I guess I'm not built like that. You know what I mean? I see that and I'm like, damn. Like, it kind of sticks with me for a second. I'm like, this is kind of, this is reality, you know? It's like a wake-up call, I guess you could put it as. As of right now, I'm not selling the girl Juicy Lucy. I just can't. I gotta give it time. And that's what a lot of my friends said too. They said, look, we know, like, the first initial reaction is like, oh, screw it, I gotta get rid of this bike, I gotta get this bike away from me, I'm done with it, I'm done, it can't happen to me, I'm done. But just give it some time, kind of digest it for a second, and you know, make a decision based off that. And I'm glad I did that. I kind of just chilled out, thought about it. But yeah, guys, it's just one of those things. It sucks. It sucks that is the reality of riding. The possibility of getting smoked by someone that's just not paying attention. It's pretty scary. Let's take a look at this girl Juicy Lucy while I got you guys here. But yeah, that's my little rant. I appreciate you guys listening. Drop a comment. Maybe give me some words of advice or encouragement. Let's see how she looks. Yeah. That Advan black headlight. Yeah. The Vance and Hines pipes. But yeah, I just wanted to come out here and vent a bit to you guys. Appreciate you guys listening. And I'm going to take this baby home, get some food in my system. I'm going to take a shower. And then I got to go hit the JOB. And then this weekend, like I said, I'll be in Michigan. Labor Day weekend. So, sorry I've been MIA, guys. Had a lot on my mind, had a lot just in life in general. Not just because of my buddy's accident. That's not the only reason why I haven't been riding or posting. I've just been really busy. So, I'm hoping to get out more on the bike. I can't believe we're already in September here. It's kind of brutal. It sucks that I'm going to be putting this baby in storage soon, but we got to hit that 10K mile mark. We're almost there. So we'll hit that 10K miles at least. get a couple more nice cruises in. Maybe me and the girlfriend will hit Starved Rock again soon. We'll do another video on that. And yeah, as always guys, drop a comment, give me a little thumbs up. Thanks for checking it out, and we will see you guys on the next one. Peace.